Morning. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I am a dermatologist. I was reading your chart. It looks like you are scheduled today for like an upper body check for just general skin issues. Because you've never seen a dermatologist before. Okay. Yeah, I assume that you understand I'm going to be getting in pretty close. I'll be wearing gloves, so I won't be getting my hand greases all over your face and head, but I'm going to be very thorough, especially in the scalp area. A lot of things can be hidden in there, and I'll be checking your neck and your face, and I'll be getting gloved up. Yeah, I generally like to start with just an examination, a general examination. The scalp takes a little moment. I like to measure and catalog any moles that might be concerning, even ones that aren't concerning. I like to keep track of them because if we watch them and make sure that they're not growing, or that they're growing at a rate that's acceptable, or we can preempt anything bad from happening. Okay, I'm gonna get really close to your face now. Okay, and I need to really. I'm going to check the skin above your eyes. So I'm just going to move your eyelid. There we go. There we go. And your other one. Okay. Check the skin above your eyebrows. Cheeks. I'm kind of pressing as well. I'm kind of checking elasticity and also just kind of measuring the secretions, the sebaceous secretions, just to get an idea of what kind of skin you have, right? Checking on your chin, checking your lips. They're a little bit chapped. That can be for maybe for a lot of reasons. Some people don't drink enough water. Some people don't. Some people go like this a lot, and contrary to what it feels like when you wet your lips with spit, you're actually drying them out. On your nose, just checking. You have a couple moles. Looks like that we will catalog in a moment. We'll start with the face. Just lift your chin up for me. Okay, great. I'm just going to check around your neck and your shoulder area. A few more moles with catalog. Nothing, don't worry, there's nothing concerning. I just like to make note of those so I can come back to them and measure them for our records. I'm going to check around on your shoulders on this side. Okay, around back. Check, and I'm going to lift up your hair gently and check the nape. We'll get to the scalp in a moment. So I just want to finish here. Okay, I'm going to go around to this side and check this shoulder. A couple more moles on this side. I'm kind of seeing a pattern here, especially on your shoulders. You can tell by the line of what I think was a tank top or something like that, swimsuit, that you had a lot of sun exposure this year. And I'm sure, excuse me while I check right under your hairline here. I'm sure you know, as everyone does, the sun exposure is dangerous. It's not good for you. You should be strongly considering wearing hats with a brim, you should be strongly considering putting on sunscreen every time you go outside. Doesn't matter if it's cloudy. It doesn't matter if it's, I mean, there are certain times of day that are worse than others. That's true. Morning sun is particularly dangerous from like 10 to 2. Can be more cancerous, quote unquote. But you should always be wearing sunscreen. You should always be wearing sun protection. And I can tell that you were lax with it this year. Perhaps years before that. I'm going to get in with a tape measure. We're going to measure a couple of your moles and get them written down, okay? This is going to help us keep track of anything concerning. It shouldn't concern you now. Nothing looked concerning to me, okay? You have a couple on this side of your face. I'm going to measure them from that way to that way. And I'd like to make a note of the shape of them as well. Just so, this one is circular. Just so if they start to change shape, morph shape, it's something I'm writing down. I'm just gonna move your hair out of the way here, excuse me. You have a couple on your shoulder area over here. We're gonna call that one. Okay. This one is rather large, but again, doesn't look concerning color-wise. We might decide to get a couple cultures. I was hoping to get a couple of samples just to run labs later on, if it's something you're okay with. Nothing invasive, just a little scraping. There's a couple more here by your ear and kind of in your hairline. That one is quite small. That one is also quite small. Have you noticed any of these? Have you noticed any of them growing? Good. Like I said, I'm just a thorough cataloger. You really have nothing to worry about. I like to be thorough for people's peace of mind more than anything, not because I'm concerned. That one is 0.3. Slightly star shaped, actually. One right next to it was oval and long, quite long. Okay. Oval. Just going to put your hair back here. I saw another one right here. Right there. Okay. And right there. You've got one on your shoulder this side. There we are. If you could lift your chin for me again. Thank you. You also have something. It looks like fairly regular dry skin, but if you find that it gives you discomfort, or if it's more serious than regular dry skin, it could be eczema, which is something that's easily treatable, not to worry about at all, and nothing obviously life-threatening. It's just uncomfortable. Can serious in discomfort region if it's not cared for properly. Eczema is usually worsened by washing with really hot water and washing over frequently. Our bodies produce our own lubrication. It's a gross way of putting it, but we produce oils to keep our skin the way our body wants it. And honestly, we wash way more frequently than we need to. Obviously, we live in a society where we're offended by bad smells, and washing is appropriate, but it needs to be done in a way that's safe for our skin. So, super hot water is out, okay? If you have dryness issues, super hot water is out, especially with your hair, okay? It's really bad for your hair. With your hair, you should be trying to wash in the coolest water that you can stand. And you should probably wash less frequently than you think you should. Okay. I think we've cataloged all of those moles. I would like to now get into your scalp. I'm going to have to do a lot of moving around of your hair. Please let me know if you find it to be uncomfortable in any way, and I can stop briefly, but I'm going to be going through all of it as we can get moles and dangerous growths on our head as well as anywhere else on our body. I'll be going behind you, and I need my tools. Okay. Okay. Just going to gently go through your hair. I'll be checking for the moles, obviously. And I'm using a metal tool. Please let me know if that agitates you at all. Because I'm also checking your scalp for really lots of things. For oil production, for any form of psoriasis or eczema, for parasites, which I'm sure you don't have. It's something I assume you would know that you had. I lost my tool somehow. There it is. Okay. Finding a few moles here. One moment. We'll go ahead and measure these two, just to be safe. It's a little harder with the hair in the way, but it is worth the effort having a full catalog of any spots that we should be concerned about. Well, that I should be concerned about. You should not be concerned about any of this. Right here I'm finding a very dry patch. I am assuming you wash your hair every day. Am I right? Yes. You should not be doing that. Yeah, every day is far too often for most hair types, especially with longer hair. Usually with your length of hair, I strongly suggest once a week. Cleanliness speaking can be a lot to ask of somebody, but for your hair health, I implore you, when you start, if you would like to listen to my advice, I won't force you, as I cannot. I am but a simple dermatologist. But when you start, you will feel greasy. I admit fully that
it will look and feel greasy. However, within a few weeks of consistently taking longer in between washes, it will feel clean for a lot longer. It will feel, smell, look, everything will be cleaner. Because the issue is, I've got a couple of those here. The issue is that you strip away the natural oils of your hair every time you wash it. And it's ridiculous because it's a process of taking a shampoo, which is incredibly abrasive to your skin and hair, and stripping all away the natural oils and then putting unnatural oils, conditioner, back in that just don't do as good a job. That's another dry patch. Then, because your scalp feels dry, because your body says, oh god, all of our oil is gone, it's often, for some people, especially oily people, it goes into overdrive. Got another mole on the back here that I would like to catalog. Okay. That's good. Let me write that down just a minute. Circular. 2. Just a cute little one. All of them have been cute and little. You really have nothing to worry about. Just pull some of this hair back. Anyway, I'm sorry, as I was saying, especially if you use really hot liquid. If you are taking the hottest shower you can stand, washing your hair with hot water, you are doing your hair a huge disservice. And you are confusing your body. You're confusing your body with signals that say, I need more oil. Again, not life-threatening, not something you need to stress out if it's not something that you don't want to change. I understand people have their habits. People feel like they want their hair to be the way they want their hair to be. I'm just saying, you might find an easier time of caring for your hair for you to wash it less frequently. We've got another mole right there. Little guy. Little guy. Sorry, I keep getting your hair in the way here. Yes, this process sometimes takes a little while. Like I said, it's really easy to miss stuff under here. Like, in these dry patches. Honestly, the dry patches might clear up too if you were to wash your hair less. It could just be. I know that seems counterintuitive because it's like, oh, my hair is so oily because I wash too often. Oh, my hair is not oily enough because I wash too often. It's just mass confusion for your hair when you wash too often. That's what I'm saying. There's dry spots, there's oily spots, there's, messed up scalp. But all this stuff I'm saying about your hair pales, absolutely pales in comparison to your need to wear sunscreen. So please, if you're only going to listen to one thing that I say, please start wearing sunscreen. I know it's gross, I know it's oily, I know sometimes it doesn't smell very good, although I personally have some favorites. But it comes in sprays now, it comes in, the rub-on kind. You can just choose to wear UV garments, which I find myself doing. I have a UV shirt, long sleeves, so that I can wear less sunscreen, because I get it. Putting on sunscreen's like a giant chore. And then you feel weird, and your skin feels all funky the rest of the day. But in 20 years, you'll be thanking me, I promise you. almost a full centimeter on that one. That's interesting. It's a cool shape. No, bigger doesn't matter. Look, big, small. Those are not the things we look for or worry about in moles. And malignant moles they have a different coloration to them. And sometimes a benign mole can turn into a malignant mole. But that's why I'm cataloging what I believe to be all benign ones, so that we can keep an eye on them, so that I know where to look. I just write down their location, what they looked like before, and when you come see me in a year, which I strongly suggest you do, especially if you're not going to wear sunscreen like I asked, we'll just recheck all of them. I can also recommend, if you really do, I know I'm really caught on this washing your hair less often thing, but if you do want to wash more often still, you can use like sulfate-free or natural shampoos that don't strip your hair as badly, don't strip the scalp as badly. That can be a good solution for people who are dead set in their ways, Okay. No. Nothing to worry about. Just keeping numbers in my head. Not my strong suit. You are doing great. We are getting real close, and then we're just going to take a couple cultures. Check for just regular bacteria growth, just microbes. Check for any abnormal. There was a small patch on your neck that I was interested in. Just scientifically speaking, I don't think it's anything dangerous, but I'd like to get a culture. Hey, some people never go to a dermatologist all their life. Would you believe that I've never been to a dermatologist? Yeah. Well, I mean, not until I was a dermatologist. It's not something we really think about a lot. Alright, I'm feeling really good about that. Okay. I believe we have cataloged every significant spot. I've written down a few dry patches that we are going to want to keep an eye on. So we've got a couple spots on you that lead me to believe that you are perhaps using a soap that dries out your skin. You want to use something more natural, something with less smells in it, a cleanser that isn't going to strip your natural oils. I'll write down a couple recommendations on your discharge papers. I'm just keeping a little note. Would you mind if we went ahead and got some cultures? I'm going to take just some cultures of a couple different places on your skin, and there are a couple moles. It's just going to be a little scraping feeling. You shouldn't feel anything. Great. There are a couple that I was interested in right here. Let me grab my
Excellent.
This one right here. It's gentle, right? Not too much pressure. Great. Okay. This one right here. There we are. We're just going to be checking for a balance of proper microbes. I can tell you more about your skin conditions. Make sure that we can get you using products that'll be best for your skin. I have to use a new one every time. We don't want to. Here, you got a hair right there. Don't want to mix the microbes. Okay. One right here that I'm super interested in. There we go. One on your shoulder right here. Alright. Awesome, awesome. One last thing before you go. I have a special cream. Like I said, I noticed some dry patches that I think would really help out. In fact, the dry patches are so minor that I don't even necessarily think they're eczema. I think just a regular moisturizer could be very helpful. Mind if I put a little on your face? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. We're just gonna put a touch, 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 touch. You don't need a lot, honestly. Just gonna make sure we get it all your chin. You really want to get it everywhere we want. You don't want to miss any spots. Good. There you go. Lift up. Maybe just a little bit more. Try to be sparing. These products can be a little spendy, and I like to show my patients that a little really goes a long way. More product is too much product. Less product is more product. It's not a good saying. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, you have nothing to worry about. I'm serious. A longer appointment with me doesn't mean there's anything to worry about. Just be thorough. And it will give you the peace of mind
It'll give me the peace of mind too. I care about your skin. I wouldn't be a dermatologist if I didn't care about skin. That's why I was so pushy about the sunscreen. Next time I see you, you better smell like sunscreen. Alright. Now that I'm done cleaning up in your personal business, let me get your discharge papers. For your own information, I will copy this. You will get to know every single mole. If you personally want to keep an eye on them, now you know how big they are, now you know what color they should be, and it will, I think it will help you feel less stressed about what you've got going on, because there's nothing to be stressed about. Moles are totally normal. Alright. I would love for you to go talk to the receptionist and schedule another appointment in a year. Nothing I saw today was concerning. I have written down several products that might help you with your dry skin issues, and I will again highly suggest sunscreen. Alright, thank you so much for coming in. I'll see you next year.